All right, live stream is running. And we've got chat. And why don't they give you an easy way to share your stream URL? You would think that would be something people would want to do. But that's all right. Let's see if we can find it. And copy link. We'll get started in just a second here for people watching this on replay. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So today I went down to my local Goodwill and I found for the low price of $12.29 this camera stand with a webcam on it. And the camera stand has a couple bonus things. These are actually, this looks like it's an extension to lift this whole platform up, and this one looks like it is off of something else. Let's get these loose. So here's the extension, and here is the other piece. Now this looks a lot like the little tripods that I've gotten on a couple of the other webcams that I've picked up. This part's not too interesting. This one's kind of interesting because it can work with this, I believe. But anyway, it also has this camera on it that says it's Taotuo brand, something like that. I'm not going to claim to pronounce that right. And let me get this rubber band out of here. This isn't doing us any favors. Go ahead and take this thing down. We'll try out that extension, and in a minute or two we're going to take this camera apart and see if it was interesting or if I just spent 12 bucks on a pedestal and some garbage. So this still has the protective film. And on the back of it, see if this is visible on camera. Focus. Anyway, it says HD 1080p webcam made in China. And when you search for this on Google, it takes you to an Amazon link with a very similar looking camera. It does not have the Taotuo name on it, so I'm not 100% sure that it is the same, but the one in the link at least is potentially interesting. It claims to have some of the features that would imply that it's a good one. That doesn't mean that it is. Now this thing also, it's not obvious how it comes apart yet, but it will come apart one way or another. Before we do that, let's check out this pedestal stand. So this has a little bit of weight to it, which I like. It's got rubber feet on the bottom. This is going to help me in the bus with future filming, I believe. So you can stand this up. It's adjustable. This is adjustable. And in theory, nope, that does not thread onto there at all. This may be just a completely unrelated piece that they just combined. Yeah, this is a way bigger threads on here than this little guy. So we will figure out probably how to make this do something, but it's not going to do anything for us today. So we still have this, and put this up, and this dude screws right on the top. So that's all fine and good. And let's see about taking this dude apart one way or another. So are there any obvious fasteners? Not really. What happens with a little pressure? So everything flexes with a little bit of pressure, and it looks like this back plate is probably just held on with a little bit of glue. I'll try just getting a fingernail in there. It's probably not going to be sufficient with a fingernail. So go to a screwdriver. I've got a very small Phillips, or a very small flathead rather. I'll just push the bit through. These little screwdrivers are super handy. They've got like 6 bits that go in them, so you can have a bunch of sizes. Got another one here. There's 3 of them you can get that I've seen. One of them has Torx bits. I've got that one too. I definitely run into those. Alright, and very quickly we're taking this back thing off, and what do you know, there's some screws. This is just glue, and now we need a Phillips bit. This one should work. And 2 screws on the back. This has an interesting, I guess that's glue or something. It looks like a scratch. I might have done that. That was probably me. Alright, we got that. And in theory, there we go. Back pops right off. And I'm going to start off by saying this is not a promising looking circuit board. This is the back. But all of the nicer cameras that I've run into have stuff on both sides. So we're gonna get this guy loose, just 3 screws. So if you saw my previous videos about cameras, right now I'm using the Lomo camera for streaming, and that one seems to have a good combination of being reliable and having fairly good quality. Alright, this is not going to be a T31 camera, but let me get you a look at here. Try to, come on, focus. Alright, I'm going to take some close-up photos and put them in our Discord channel, because the webcam is definitely not getting the job done. Camera, flip around, and zoomy zoom. So one chip that's probably the actual brains of this thing has no markings at all, which is unfortunately getting to be kind of common. This camera is not doing macro. Let's try a regular camera. Macro, please. whole board. I'm going to assume this is a flash chip. Try and get a picture of that. That one I can see markings with my eyes, but my camera doesn't seem to get them. Got to hold it just right in the light. This chip has no marking. I do have a couple of pins exposed on here. It's the wrong number. It looks like it's probably, it used to have a second chip there. Maybe it was a stereo microphone or something like that. So we're not off to a great start on this guy. They definitely don't have an exposed UART. So of course the next thing to do is plug it in. Let's see if it's even an interesting camera for just camera use, even beyond trying to do any sort of hacking with it. Plug. I don't know which way was up on this, but we're going to switch external camera to, this one is called USB color camera. Alright. And this may have, nope, I think we still have audio. So here we are on the new camera. It's actually not too bad. Like the previous ones I got that weren't T31 based, the image quality was really, really bad. But this one seems like it's not as bright as the other. Let's see if we can toggle between them. So here's the new camera. Here's the Lomo right next to it. So this one feels like this one's got way more natural color. Like the wood behind me has that reddish tint to it in real life. Where if I switch back, which we'll do now, USB color camera. Here everything just looks yellow. So not terrible, but not as good as what I'm already using to film with. Switch back. Some lomo. There we go. Alright, so the question is, can anything interesting be done with this? Now, one thing I can totally do, but not in the context of the live stream, I can totally take this flash chip off. I'm going to try to identify what it is first, because if it's a little bitty guy, it won't really be worth it. If it's not at least 8 megabytes, then there's not going to be anything worth reading off of it. But I'll figure out what that is, and potentially we will take that flash chip off and read the image off of it and see what it's got. That can go a long way to identifying the processor itself, and if there are any features of this thing that are interesting. However, my gut tells me there's not. So we'll see. Anyways, that is our teardown of the Taotuo 1080p web camera, and we'll see you over in the Discord. If you're not already a member of the Discord, I've got a link to it on basically all of my videos, so definitely check those out, and we'll see you there.